Okay, let's continue this landscape painting. Now we're going to start to zoom in a little bit more. Start to flesh out some interesting shapes. So don't forget the light is coming this way. And it's kind of like at sunset. So that's why you get those deep shadows. So this is why all of this, we can get away with having that in shadow. And then you want to bring in a bit of saturation. Kind of bluish for those shadows. Just try and mix in a little bit. Maybe not bluish. I was always told the shadows were cool. So maybe like that. Yeah, that's it. So I've moved it. When you say the shadow, like when someone says the shadows are cool, it doesn't actually mean it has to be blue. You just move it up towards blue and make sure it's saturated. So you always find saturation in the shadows. In the shadows! Just like Gandalf said to Frodo. No, he said to the Balrog. I don't know what I'm talking about. Mix in some of that brown. And then let's play with those edges a little bit more. You get a sharper edge there. We could always use the old lasso. It's a nice little trick. And you get some real nice sharp edges. I'll do the old tap. Bum bum. Oops. Still haven't set up my shortcut for deselect. Bring that one that way. And then, so maybe there's another little bit of rock that's coming out. We want to make it look 3D. So it's not just like a flat image. Obviously it is a flat image, but we're trying to show that the object we're drawing has 3 dimensions. So maybe there's a bit of rock sticking out towards the viewer here, and it's just catching some of that light that's coming in from the side there. That's pretty cool, doesn't it? Simple as that. And there as well. Start to make some little crevices and just to make it look like it's a 3-dimensional object. Just making use of light and shadow. Just like that. And then let's have that same colour just trickling down that way. So this is going to be way in the foreground, so I'm going to lower the value. It's a little bit darker. Pop, like that. Pop. But we can have full value range. So if we want, we could even have some real intense specular highlights. Always looks pretty cool. You got that contrast. So you got to think of where the viewer is going to travel. So maybe you're going to go whoop, and then you're going to look over here, and then you're going to look over here. Trying to guide the viewer through the painting. I kind of know what I'm talking about, but I kind of don't. There's plenty of people that can explain it better than me. I don't really kind of stick too strictly to rules of composition and stuff, but as long as you're thinking about composition, where's the focal point? What do you want the viewer to be looking at? Let's make a cool little shape here. I'm quite into doing weird shapes like this lately. Spiky, weird shapes. Could be some like alien architecture or something like that. I don't know. But, oop, deselect. I think it looks pretty interesting. Flip the canvas. Let's do some more smudging in this area. Just build up that atmosphere. Slightly smudge. Burn those clouds a little bit more. Good thing to do now would maybe let's do like almost like a path. So it's another way the viewer's eye can travel around the painting. You gotta guide the viewer. See the difference there? We are in control of this painting. Beep, beep. I don't really know what's going on here. It's a bit too loose, maybe. Or maybe I'll smudge it all. Yeah. Using like different edges, it really builds up that atmosphere. You don't want everything just to be a hard edge. Which sometimes my paintings do turn out like, depending how complicated they are. But stuff like this, I'm at the point now where I kind of know what I'm doing with these kind of surreal atmospheres. Again, it's my comfort zone. Maybe bring this guy up. Take a good look at it. Sometimes you just got to stop painting and then so we can kind of show a little bit of that bit of a hill rising up there, maybe, just to give it, I don't know what you'd call it, more movement, I don't know, some arty term. So it's like you're more in a wider space and like you're looking left to right and you can see mountains rising beside you, kind of like you've got a fisheye lens, like a GoPro. Always looks pretty cool paintings. What else needs to happen? Bring this up again slightly. Bring up the value just on that bit. Yeah. Just now we're just painting light. Wherever you want there to be little trickles of light, just put it in. Light and shadow. Light and shadow. Light and shadow. How long has this been going for? 10 minutes. Alright. Let's duplicate this layer because I'm going to make some big changes, I think. Let's bring that down. See, you see how much of a difference that makes, just cutting out that bit. For some reason, I like the look of that better now. There you go. That's painting for you. This is why I find it exciting. Because you get instant feedback to what you're doing. And as long as you've got a good eye. If you've always looked at the world, always been a dreamer, looking out the window, looking at clouds, then painting's for you. If you can imagine something in your head and then you learn how to paint, it's a great combination. It's like therapy. Everything that's in your head you can just get out on the canvas. Maybe I want this at more of an angle. Yeah, better. Right, so I'm going to call it a day on this one, and then in my spare time I'm going to detail it up to full size. So detailing is literally just everything that we need is here now. Detailing is just brushes smaller and smaller, and you're just making it more high res just by painting. But the painting is done essentially. This is the idea. Idea's there, so all it's left to do is detail. So I won't bore you with the details, and then I'll link the final image at the end of this video. So yeah, that was another boring video for you guys. See you in the next one.